So I've now completed the rough drawing for the top part of Wyle Cop. In my last video, I was just doing the initial setting out on this tall 18th century building. I've now introduced, instead of just ruled lines, you can see how the building sags a bit in the middle, probably due to the fact that maybe there was a shop front inserted at some point in the past with a timber beam, and that has maybe settled, and then the whole building has followed it. I've then projected across to the next buildings. What I quite like here is you've got a rather nice progression of the tall thin building stepping down to another Georgian front with coins, then stepping down again to a later Georgian building, and then we get the contrast at the end with the Appleyards building with timber framed and more horizontal proportions. The other interesting thing is the way the hill comes up and forms a crown and then starts to descend again gently towards Milk Street. Other interesting points are the contrast between new and old shop fronts. We have a couple of shop fronts here which I think are new in a traditional style, but then the next one here you can see there's some, slightly exaggerated, but some curvature, suggesting that it's an older shop front that has gradually settled into place. With this particular drawing, there's been, because the buildings are stepping down, the hill's stepping up, it's been quite a struggle to keep everything in balance, the upper windows with the shop fronts, and inevitably it's not a measured survey, so it can be tricky sometimes to keep things in proportion. If anything, the shop fronts are a little bit low top to bottom than the upper parts of the building, but I'm hoping that once it's all drawn, that will not be too noticeable.